of Maryland. It's Diabetes Awareness Month, National Diabetes Awareness Month. Here's the next video. Today we're going to be talking about insulin resistance, okay? So, this is really important. So your pancreas secretes insulin when you eat. It's supposed to do that. Incidentally, there's a test you can do to see if it's doing that properly. Is it too much insulin, not enough insulin, or not at all? For this scenario, we're going to assume your pancreas is secreting plenty of insulin, and normally it is, okay? So when you eat, your pancreas secretes insulin, and it attaches to the glucose. This is your food. So this is the molecule of insulin, and this is an artery, okay? So then this molecule needs to come down, and it needs to get into a cell to create something called ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Don't worry about that. Just think energy. So I'm not diabetic. If you're not diabetic, this process, you get the molecule of insulin and glucose into your cell, and you just go about your day. You don't even think about it, right? But when you're diabetic, this molecule can't get into the cell because there's insulin resistance. So it's either the cell receptor is worn out. Think of like a baseball glove when you were a kid and you just play catch every day, and eventually the glove wears out. Or think of it like a lock. Like you have a key, but it's to the wrong lock. So what will happen? If the molecule can't get in, it creates a backup. Like traffic, like trying to go into a big city early in the morning during a weekday, it creates a backup. So if it creates a backup and there's more glucose in your artery and you take your blood sugar, is it going to be higher or lower? I'll give you 2 seconds to answer to yourself. That's right, higher. Now, why do people get put on what I call the diabetic cocktail? You might have seen this in a previous video. Because this molecule winds up into the artery and it turns into cholesterol and fat. But let's say cholesterol. So if this molecule turns into cholesterol and you have high cholesterol, your doctor's going to give you what? A statin drug, right? So the diabetic cocktail is blood pressure, blood sugar, and a statin. So we just handled the statin. You're already on the blood sugar. So now let's talk about why you would be on blood pressure medication. Remember, that's a diabetic cocktail. Well, if this molecule's stuck in this artery, think about the artery like any other type of tunnel that needs some type of fluid moved through it, right? So in your arteries, what is that fluid? It's blood. But if there's a bunch of gunk, a cholesterol and fat and glucose and insulin in here, is it going to take more or less pressure to move the gunk through? Or more or less pressure to move the liquid through? That's right, more. So there we have the diabetic cocktail. This is Diabetes 101. I mean, yes, it's simplified a little bit, but not as much as you might think. I'm seeing this sun over my head. I'm not sure if that's going to look good on camera or bad, but I think the video was good, so it's going to play anyway. All right, that's it till tomorrow. Look forward to seeing you. Diabetes Awareness Month, Dr. Wander, Integrated Health Center of Maryland.